Let me tell you all something right now. You don't leave the couch. Lace them cleats back up and risk another hit from a 260-pound linebacker unless you believe. And Darren Waller, yeah, the same brother who said his heart wasn't in it no more, the same man who said football was behind him, just got off that couch and is headed straight to South Beach. And if that don't tell you something big is brewing in Miami, you ain't paying attention. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody had this on their July bingo card. Not Adam Schefter, not Tom Pelissero, not even those Reddit sleuths who know what kind of toothpaste a GM uses. Darren Waller, fresh off retirement and sitting on the reserve retired list, is back. And he ain't just back for a check. He's back for Tua, for Tyreek, and for a real shot at that ring. Now I've seen players walk away and then come back. But this ain't no Brett Favre situation. Waller ain't out here looking for attention. He came back for the right reasons and to the right team. And let's be clear, this move didn't happen in a vacuum. The Dolphins just traded Jonnu Smith to the Steelers. That left a big old hole in the tight end room. And while Pharaoh Brown got hot, and some of these young fellas might flash in practice, none of ye ain't got the pedigree Waller does. Let's rewind real quick. Remember when the Giants made that deal for Waller in 2023? Hopes were sky high in the Big Apple. Daniel Jones finally had a weapon. Brian DeBole had a chess piece. But what did they get? One injury-riddled season. A couple of big games sprinkled in. Then poof, gone with a health scare and a retirement. Now, you can't blame Waller for that. Man went through a serious medical episode in November 2023. Something that made football feel small. He took time, stepped back, and walked away. Giants saved cap space. No hard feelings. But they held on to his rights. Maybe they knew. Maybe somebody knew. The story wasn't over. And listen here, the New York media. They can eat you alive. But I ain't mad at Waller for one piece. Shoot, I get it. You go through what he went through. You gon' reevaluate everything. Here's where things get interesting. You got Mike McDaniel running the most explosive offense in football, not named the Chiefs. You got Tua Tagovailoa playing the most efficient ball of his career. You got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle flying down the sideline like cheetahs with turbo boosts. But what didn't you have? A reliable, big-bodied matchup nightmare tight end. Pharaoh Brown is a blocker. Julian Hill is a project. Jalen Conyers is still figuring it out. Now enter Darren Waller, 6'6", 240 pounds, with hands like a receiver and legs like a gazelle. Listen to unsee. This man is a walking mismatch. Line a linebacker upon him. Toast, put a safety on him. Cut him tall. Too small? Zone? He gon' find the hole and sit down like he's reading the Sunday paper. Waller doesn't have to be 2019 Waller. He just has to be available and motivated. This wasn't random. This wasn't a last-ditch call from some desperate franchise. This was mutual. Sources say Waller only wanted to come back if he could suit up in teal and orange. And why wouldn't he? Warm weather for those old bones. No New York media circus. Tua's quick-release style protects him from big hits. Scheme that puts tight ends in space, not trenches. And let's not forget, the Dolphins are in win-now mode. I'll remember that famous line from The Godfather. The Godfather? Just when I thought I was out, they'd pull me back in. Yeah. But in Waller's case, he was waiting for the call. And when that 305 popped up, he answered, "Let's talk money. This ain't no mega deal. It's a prove-it pact. 1 year, incentive-heavy, up to $5 million. Basically, Waller gets paid if he bowls. Simple. Miami gives up a 2026 sixth-rounder. In return, Waller plus a conditional 2027 seventh. That's as low risk as it gets. You don't find all-pro potential for sixth-round picks every day. That's like hitting a scratch-off and it pay your rent and your mortgage. Now, this where I slow down and get real with you. Football is violent. It's brutal. It don't care if you famous, rich, or spiritual. Waller already walked away once. And it wasn't just cause of injuries. It was because of the passion being gone. Now listen here. I know that feeling. I've been there. When your body tired, your mind tired, and you just can't love the grind like you used to. But something changed. Maybe it was McDaniel. Maybe it was the roster. Maybe it was Tyrek in his ear. But Waller's coming back. And that don't happen unless something deep got reignited. Y'all want to talk X's and O's? All right. Imagine this. Tyrek outside stretching the field. Waddle running crossers and digs. Waller lined up in the slot, abusing linebackers over the middle. Tua doesn't have to hold the ball long. He can hit Waller on seam routes. And is headed straight to South Beach. And if that don't tell you something big is brewing in Miami, you ain't paying attention. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody had this on their July bingo card. Not Adam Schefter. Not Tom Pelissero. Not even those Reddit sleuths who know what kind of toothpaste a GM uses. Darren Waller, fresh off retirement and sitting on the reserve retired list, is back. And he ain't just back for a check. He's back for Tua, for Tyrek, and for a real shot at that ring. Now I've seen players walk away and then come back. But this ain't no Brett Favre situation. Waller ain't out here looking for attention. He came back for the right reasons and to the right team. And short drags, or even red zone fade. Boy, if I had this kind of weaponry when I played, I'd have 3 Super Bowl rings per finger. Let's talk leadership. These young tight ends, they about to learn from one of the best. Waller been through everything. Injuries, addiction recovery, mental health battles, media storms. Here's a real one. He ain't just gonna teach you how to run a dig route. He gonna teach you how to be a man. And that kind of mentorship, that's priceless. You think the Bills happy about this? You think the Jets smiling? Nah. They watching this move and sweating. Because now, every coverage scheme just got more complicated. Every linebacker got a new assignment. And every playoff scenario just got spicier. Miami just told the league, we ain't waiting no more. We want that smoke now. This ain't about stats. This ain't about yards. This is about legacy. Waller has a chance to go out on his terms, in the sun, with a squad that believes. And maybe, just maybe, with a Super Bowl ring. You know what I see? I see a man who walked away, took time to heal, found his peace, and then made the choice to return. That ain't weakness. That's strength. Darren Waller don't owe nobody nothing. But what he could do in Miami, that's something special. And I'ma be front row with my popcorn, rooting for the brother.